Hi, I'm Bill the Piano Tuner. Welcome back. Today we're going to start a short series on the tools I use to tune a piano. But first I have to explain something to you. Everybody's familiar with middle C. Now, the space between middle C and C sharp is a half step. And the space from C down to B is a half step. The unit of measure piano tuners use is called cents. Now there's 100 cents between C and C sharp, or 100 cents from C down to B. Now, cents doesn't make much sense to a customer, but if you think of it as a percentage of a half tone, it makes a lot of sense, because if the piano is 10 cents low, you can say it's 10% of a half tone flat. Now, we're going to talk about the Cyto tuner today. This is the instrument I use for doing pitch corrections and for roughing in my temperament. If I turn it on and play the C, see how the lights are going? I'll make it even more flatter. See? Now, I would normally be tuning the piano, but I have to use the Cyto tuner's tuner to show you when the pattern stays still, the notes in tune. Let's take a closer look at the Cyto tuner. The Cyto tuner is an electronic tuning aid. What I use it for mostly is pitch raising. I also use it to tune my temperament. A temperament is 13 notes on the piano that you tune, and then that is your bearing to tune the rest of the piano. What I use the Cyto tuner for mostly is pitch raising. When the piano's flat, I use the Cyto tuner, and with this electronic tuning aid, I can do twice as much work in pitch raising than just tuning it by ear. The reason is because when you tune by ear, you're using the piano as your standard, and it's dropping all the time you're pitch raising. With a Cyto tuner, you're using an outside source for each note. It doesn't matter what the piano does, you're tuning each note to the proper pitch. So this lets you do twice as much work in one job. When I use it for my temperament, I just roughly tune my temperament. That's 13 notes on the piano. The reason I use a Cyto tuner is because even within an octave, your temperament, if you're using the piano as your outside standard, it's going to drop. So there's many electronic tuning aids. I also have an AccuTuner, but I like this old instrument. This is one of the first of its kind, and I like it because it has a handle. Well, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a nice New Year's, and I hope your Christmas was a blessing. Thanks very much. I'll see you next week.